Hello everyone and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, no big statement today. Actually a nice volume while at least FTX is distributing very nice what they are doing, to be honest. We will check that later on. We will check also what other exchanges are doing at the moment. It's really interesting, even if you are using, for example, like here, the volume delta, and you check what they are doing. So you can see the bars, the green means they are purchasing bitcoins, the gray is the opposite. So if you see here a big green bar is indicating they are almost buying only. If we check here, it indicates a total volume of 10,820 bitcoins, but 8,500 just purchased. If we check all these bars, it's really interesting what they are doing because bears just let the price go up. They stop selling, and when it arrives the 22,300 or 22,400, it starts, they trigger the sell pressure afterwards. And that's why these bars flip to red and they start to sell, sell, sell to let retrace the price. Very interesting. In my opinion, it's obvious that we will go down. It will take a bit because they are distributing all what they purchased here, in my opinion, and we should go down. So, but it's not my personal conclusion part right now. We will go further with a 30 days moving, the weights ratio 30 days moving average. So, um, what should I say? It's keeping rising. It's just wow. It's well. It was a little bit as forecasted. I have mentioned just last Saturday that even if it had this dump indicating they want to let the price go up, something they did, now it's indicating distribution, something that I'm noticing. Indicating they let the price go up to start to distribute their way up, but mainly in the last quarter, 25%. Really very interesting what they are doing, to be honest. In my opinion, still don't looking bullish. However, we reached since beginning of June, so June 8th, until, well, today or yesterday, 23.4%. That's extremely huge, but it's not just a problem because we did, for example, last year, just when we did our uh, spring, we did almost 24.3%. So, and that was a huge sell pressure we received that day, just close before, that was 2 days, 3 days before FTX have started to push up, buying 55,000 bitcoins. That was July 21st. I know many of you loves to compare the July 21st with the current situation. If you think, however, I have mentioned many times in my analysis why I think it's completely different, not only just because of the market situation because, related to Bitcoin, China ban, total rejection of the spot ETF. Um, Now we also have um, worst case scenario related to the monetary policy. Um, the economy looks weak, and so on and so forth. So much more things are happening, and well, however, let us go further and check what's happening here. As mentioned, the waste ratio 30 days moving average was declining, of course, also correlates with the 30 hours moving average. It declined. It's lifting up right now. As mentioned before, they have started relatively late to distribute. They let the price go up. That's everything what they do. They let the price go up, and afterwards they start to distribute as much as they can. So buy here, sell here. That's what they are doing. Um, I mean, of course, the market is just in few hands. So if you can control the market, why not make such deals? You know, it's quick money, but someone has to pay the bill at the end of the day, and these guys are not going to do that, in my opinion. So if we check the weights ratio 30 hours moving average, it's lifting up, indicating the sell pressure of weights should rise at the same time. The stablecoin supply is declining even more, and more. Also something that's not really bullish. At the same time, we see here that the stablecoin reserves on exchanges has lifted up and it's declining right now, indicating they are starting to sell their bitcoins and just taking off their stablecoins from the exchanges. And that's it. We go further and check the flow activity next. So, if we check what's happening here, we see that it, it was weekend, and we know how it works weekends, right? So we are not receiving a lot of bitcoins, but even then, if we check, it wasn't that bad. I mean, we received, for example, that was yesterday, 2,100 bitcoins. Then afterwards, it was this morning 1,000 bitcoins, 1,300, 2,100. Then 2 hours later, another 2,000 bitcoin, 1,200, 1,500, 1,300, and just last hour 1000 bitcoins. It's not that big. It's not the same like we had a few weeks ago where we received a lot of bitcoins. You remember. It's not happening. At the moment, even here, the stablecoin outflows maintained very low, but the stablecoin outflows, the Bitcoin outflows, and just last hour, for example, they withdrew 4,000 bitcoins. It's not, so it seems the whole distribution is not done yet. Um, yeah, and that's it here. So let us go further and check what the future market is doing. So we see here that the funding rate is actually lifting up more and more. Correlates very well with the price action, of course. So some people are flipping back to bullish, indicating, and I'm reading that on Twitter, I guess this time it's different. We will go to 25, 26, 30K. I have some guys are talking about 40 and 50 and whatever. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. I will tell you why it's possible because the long short ratio on futures is very bullish in my opinion. Just too many people are shorting at the moment, and that's usually um, a factor that let the market do exactly the opposite. But we had a lot of different times in the past, a lot of longs, and we lifted up. So is that very accurate? I wouldn't say that's very accurate, but usually a nice indicator to say if people are so bearish and expecting again the local top, maybe we will go even a little bit more up. Because if you crash their wishes or if you crash their expectations, they will flip again to the longs, and that's the perfect bull trap. So if we would now, even I'm shorting right now, I mean, I will take a look even more to the charts and place a stop loss, a tiny one. So I can imagine we can even go a little bit higher, but I'm also convinced we will go down again. We can make to 23K today and even go down again to 20, for example. So we need to see every data available, and that's part of this analysis, but that's something we should have in mind. Okay? Open interest correlates to the price. Okay? So just lifting up the weights ratio, the leverage ratio as well. So indicating they feel must much more comfortable and they are longing, demanding more longs than shorts, and that's why they are longing just with high leverage. Not big activity related to stablecoin, some inflows but also outflows, but from volume, nothing where I would say that's huge. And at the same time, we can see here more Bitcoin outflows. I think that's more related to the big, huge inflows we had yesterday. I've mentioned about that and said be careful with that because we had that in the past. Usually that means we will have a sharp price move, and that's what happened. So I was shorting, they triggered my stop loss, that's fine, and that's it. So let us see. Um, I will show you now what's happening here. Let me refresh both sides. Yeah, I can use the spin maybe once if the Kingfisher allows me that. I don't know why it takes so long. Give me blue, give me blue, give me blue. Blue, 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 blue. Oh no, again. Okay, then again. Give me no blue, please. Oh no. Oh, come on. But you know I'm recording an analysis here. Yeah, okay. Waste of time. Thank you. So we have here, wow, that's extremely, extremely bullish in my opinion. That's really extremely bullish because we need to see the liquidation map. But if that's right here, we have almost only 1 billion in longs on Binance, but 1.6 billion in shorts, indicating we have here long short ratio of 40 to 60 or even more, 39 to 61. That's really hardcore to be honest. But as mentioned, we had the opposite way in the past and we lifted up afterwards. However, maybe they need even more shorts. The question is, what's their strategy? If they want to go down afterwards, they will try to liquidate these shorts just to let flip their retailers to bullish again and then liquidate them. So even I'm shorting, as mentioned, I'm very careful right now because I don't think we will dump with 1.6 billion in shorts, to be honest. Okay, we had almost 800 million just a few days ago. Now we have the double. That's crazy. Um, Even here to Ethereum, if we check, I mean 800 millions in Ethereum shorts and 550 millions in longs. That doesn't look great. If we check now the Binance liquidation app, that will take a little bit. At the same time, I can check some other informations here. You can't see that because it's my other screen. As usual, the Kingfisher, that takes a little bit, but I can't prepare it because as soon as I switch to another website and switch back, I have to request a new liquidation map. I don't know why that's happening, if it's a problem with the cache or I don't know. Come on, the Kingfisher. No. Okay. So Binance here, in my opinion, that's actually my interpretation. We have 1.6 billion in shorts, but 1 billion in longs. And for me, that's indicating me the 1.6 billion are here, but they are using relatively, uh, yeah, I mean, we have here some high leverage, but it looks like it's more retailers. And then we have here a huge amount of liquidation clusters to the longs, but indicating they are using here much more volume. So, in my opinion, more whales. Also using high leverage, but it seems more, yeah, more low to mid leverage of, um, yeah, mid-size leverage or low leverage. That's what they are using. So if these guys are really the whales and these guys are really the retailers, I mean, even we don't have here a huge liquidation map, we can go, as mentioned, for example, to liquidate that part here, to let retailers flip again to longs, indicating, oh, wait, this time we did more than 22.5, 23. Maybe these guys are right. This time it's different. I'm going too long. And that's it. That's the trap. But of course, we need to see. I don't know. So, something we should have in mind. It's not really clear why these guys with just 1 billion has such huge liquidation clusters, while these guys with 1.6 billion have low liquidation clusters. In my opinion, they are here much more spreading and low volume. So much more retailers trading here. And on that side, it's, more centralized and with much more volume indicating and even leverage, high leverage indicating whales are here using the opportunity to make money and they will go up more, more, more. It depends, of course, we have different actors in the market. If, for example, exchanges want to liquidate some whales, they will try to push down just to liquidate them, just to mention that. If we check now FTX, as I didn't see any huge, huge liquidation bar, I'm not going to check if it's the same on FTX, but no, I would say we see here some shorts. Wow, okay, this is huge. But it's not 120 million. It's big, but high leverage, extremely high leverage here. And at 22,000. And as you see, if you check now your chart, you will see they try to maintain above of 22,000 all the time since we have arrived on that level. So once we did 21,900, that was, it's showing me the wrong time here. Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering. Um, okay, now it's indicating us the last time it did just 3 hours ago, we went down to 21,900. If we check here, it's almost on the border. So afterwards, it seems they have started this high leverage long. That would be bearish in my opinion because it's easier to liquidate them. But if we really have 1.6 billion and 600 million volume in shorts more than longs, in my opinion, we will go up a bit more. So let us go and check the options. So if we check what's happening here, we still have our call wall, gamma call wall at 22K. We have another one at 23, and the 25 is rising, while the put walls are declining very fast. We still have a 22K one, so it's indicating we are almost at 22K at the moment. So the 22K should work now as a support instead of resistance, and the next big resistance should be at 23K. That's what the gamma wall is telling us. If we check the gags, we are at 32,000. It's of course lifting up, but it gives us enough space to go up even more. But of course, much more space to the downside. However, it's the gag. So if we check the option flows, at least related to strategies, we see short straddle 800,000, bull diagonal spreads with calls 633,000, and everything else is just very low. So I wouldn't care about. If we check, if we take a look here, I would say bull diagonal spread and short straddle. Okay. So again, the bull diagonal spread with calls is a neutral to bullish strategy with options. This strategy is typically employed when the options trader is bullish on Bitcoin over the longer term, but it's neutral to mildly bullish in the near term. So it's really very, you know, it's not indicating they are expecting actually a huge sharp price action. So if we take a look here, so it has a limited upside profit, but at the same time a limited downside risk. So it's, you know, it's pure risk management with a bullish sentiment, indicating he's expecting at least until September a price above of 36K, 32K, 32, 32, 32. At least here. If we check here, it's almost the same. 32, 36, 32, 36. Wow. Wow. It seems it's the same trader. I don't know why he's splitting it, why he is doing different. I really don't know, to be honest. But he is bullish until end of September or something. I'm really wondering a little bit. He's expecting until end of August, for example, to see a price at least of 26 or above. Well, we'll see. Until end of August, we still have some time. So that's not short term, unfortunately. And we go directly to the short straddle. So the short straddle is also a strategy that we know very well. To profit from it, you need a little or no price movement. So it's absolutely neutral, to be honest. So in that case, it's indicating us, and that's what this trader is expecting, we will maintain a price of 22K. So he needs, and that's actually going to happen this Friday. He is saying that Bitcoin will, until Friday, maintain the price of 22K. That's what he's saying. If that's the case, it would surprise me because this week is going, at least for Europe, going to be very interesting. Just because, for example, just to mention, give me just a second. We have Tomorrow, CPI euro, that could have an impact, of course, to the DXY. Then we will have, well, crude oil inventories in the US Wednesday. It's not that big. Then Thursday, we will have ECB monetary policy statement. At the same time, ECB interest rate decisions. In my opinion, the euro will get another hit. It means the XY should lift up, could start to generate pressure to actually SPY, SPX, and at the same time to Bitcoin. And we have the same Thursday initial jobless claims. Last time it was more than expected, so we need to see if this time just hits the forecast or it's going to rise even more. So it's unexpected, would indicate the unemployment rate in the US is lifting up. It's not really bullish. And that's it. So we have relatively quite weak, but the euro could generate some sharp moves in DXY, and that's something we should have in mind. So my expectations, it's not the same like this option trader here, but it's big money. I mean, they spent 108,000. It's not that huge. We had in the past traders with 1.5 million, 2 million. It's not happening anymore. And just to say we will maintain until Friday 22K, that's crazy. That's really crazy. But maybe he knows something we don't. Okay, that's it. Let us go forward and check what the CBDs are doing. So what we can see here, and that's one thing, is that if the XCBD is indicating they are taking profit at the moment, the aggregated one have started also to distribute, then they, well, I would say are maintaining. Holy, I don't know how they do that. Aggregated CBD future Bitcoin margin contracts. I don't know. That's really crazy. It's just, shorting, shorting, shorting. I really don't get that. While, of course, if we check here, the market is indicating it's mostly following the stablecoin margin future contracts to Bitcoin, because if we check just the pattern of the market price and the futures, it's almost identical. Of course, it matches very well to the aggregated spot, not 100%, but why FTX is selling at the moment. So they are indicating more sells than buys. If we go, if we check Coin, oh, wow, Coinbase is also selling. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. They it seems are also just taking profit. That's also one thing, for example, to take profit now, to buy afterwards, and to lift even more up. They are using futures, and it seems they are using. We need to check who is buying, to be honest, because that's something that's really interesting. Someone has to buy Gemini, but that's nothing. Binance. Okay, so Binance is buying at the moment. Usually, we need to see, because we know the market maker likes to use Binance to, even they bought in the past, to push down afterwards. In my opinion, we will see a retrace. I'm 100% sure. The question is if it's going to happen now at 22K, or we are going to lift up just to let flip the bears again to bulls and then go down. That's the big question at the moment. We need to check the exchange walls. Maybe that should give us the complete picture. But very interesting that while Coinbase is selling, Binance is buying, FTX is distributing at the same time. Bitfinex is not doing anything. They maintains, so not doing absolutely anything. If we check here, funding rate is lifting up and the open interest as well. Well, it seems they are maintaining right now, but also matches very well to the price action, to be honest. If we check now, and I didn't, if we check, for example, now our entities, we will see that the market maker entities lifted up a little bit, but maintains below 5 million bitcoins. That's really, it's surprising me once again. If we check here, these guys have started to buy. Looks very accurate to the price action. This here, well, maintains a level, it seems, and retailers are still buying. Yeah, are still buying. Well, these huge are mostly linked to exchanges, so in my opinion, not really useful, but they went up. Even they don't have huge volume. If we check, they had here 2,090,000 and now 2,140,000, 50,000 gap between. If we check here, we can see that the market maker is waking up again. So he sent 3,500 bitcoins. Let us check if we can see 3,500 bitcoins. Let us refresh the sites here maybe, because I'm wondering, or he sent those to derivative exchanges. Yeah, it's not here. Let me check. That was last hour, so I guess he sent them here, 4,670 bitcoins. So he sent once again bitcoins to exchanges, to derivative exchanges. He did that here, and now, I mean, that was 14,000, and now he's doing it again. Another 3,000 bitcoins. Of course, we don't know if he is going to long or short. In my opinion, he's going to short next, but at the moment, very, very unclear, to be honest. You know, here 14,300 and now 3,500. Everything here was directly to spot. 2,000 here, another 2,000 here, and another 1,900 here. So, and that's it. Let us go forward and check the next chapter, exchange walls. So let us see. We go to Coinbase. Coinbase indicating here the next one 25k. And well, as usual, below of 19,000, but nothing big. Now, Deribit. Deribit is limiting here 22.5 at the moment. Bitstamp. Yeah, nothing. Binance Spot at 23.4 and 24. So that could be maybe, I mean, also at 23, that could at least match with what I said. You know, I mean, you can see here that they are preventing to let the price go down even more. We don't see the same to the upside. So it wouldn't surprise me if they want to go more up, and many will go and flip to bullish then. And that's, in my opinion, going to be the trap. but we need to see. We really need to see what's going to happen next, because in my opinion, it will take a little bit, but in my opinion, we will go down again. Not saying 16, 18, whatever. At least at the moment, I don't see that. I don't have any option trades or something that's indicating me that could happen. So let us go forward. Bitfinex spot. At Bitfinex spot, we still have this cluster. Maybe they just want to trigger this one because that's really, you know, look what they are doing. So the question is if they will maintain or they will remove them. Or is the whole thing just to trigger all of them and to go to 24,000? That's also possible. But as mentioned, not absolutely not clear to me at the moment. I mean, 24,000 doesn't make sense if someone, at least the option trader, you see how they are pushing up the price. That's so crazy. Bitfinex, look. Maybe it happens again. Here. They push the price up. Look that. Bitfinex is so a joke. 700 Bitcoin. That's so well. FTX perp. FTX perp waiting at 23 and at 21. So if we retrace, 21 could be it. That's something they are also here waiting at 20,300. We need to see. Kraken waiting at 23. So I think 23 is going to be our local top. Bitmax. Also here pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. That's so crazy. Bitfinex derivatives at 23 and 23.8. Also waiting there. Kraken futures. Also so controlled here with all the orders. That's so crazy. And FTX spot. FTX spot not indicating, no, not indicating nothing at the moment. Binance futures, we can see Binance futures indicating 23.5. So 23.5 and 24.7. 23.5, 23, 23. At 23, some big orders waiting there. So, and nothing to the downside, indicating they are not really expecting some huge dump, to be honest, but they are still here reinforcing 19. Very interesting. So, I can imagine go up, trigger that one, and down again, but that's something. We see some walls at 23 we didn't see before, so that should give us some indications that they are expecting to lift up at 23, 24 and then down. So we need to be very careful. And that's it. That's absolutely it. Yeah. So my personal conclusion. In my opinion, we will maintain a little bit here. I can imagine that we will try, they will go up In my opinion, 23K is accurate, and it would make sense taking into a look that we have a lot of, at least in the whole balance on Binance, 1.6 billion. And we know that Binance is the biggest exchange, and it's mainly used not only by whales because of its liquidity, but also by retailers. So why they are just shorting that much, I'm not sure if the price will just go down from here. I think they need some such kind of trap for that. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So in my opinion, what I can imagine, first of all, I know we are going to go down. The question is how far, right? So I can imagine, for example, at 21, okay? And maybe that's too low. Maybe we need to go even more down to 20. But I think that POC here should be our next level if we go down. That we, you know, go down, lift up, even go down more. More shorts will be placed, and afterwards pump to 23. Many will change then afterwards to longs and then just go down again. So that's something I have in mind at the moment. I'm struggling a little bit because of the options, because we are not noticing any huge volume option trades anymore since a while. We had trades with 1.5 million, 2 million. That's not happening. I mean, 800,000, it's okay. And even their expectations are just indicating we will lift up step by step or we will go down step by step. At the moment, just because of the price action, nothing we should wonder about that, but it's usual that we are getting more bullish trades. The same happens when the price is going down. More bearish trades happens with options as well. The key is always, in my opinion, to check short-term trades. We have one short-term trade, and that was the biggest, the short straddle, and this one wasn't really bullish or bearish because it's indicating we will maintain 22K until end of the week, Friday. That's it. Well, what should I say? If that's the case, it's going to be a very, very boring week. But why not? I mean, sometimes that's also very interesting. We need to see what's going to happen next. If we will maintain until the 22nd, that's here. So until here, we need to maintain the 22. So we can go, at least he is expecting to go here, 22,000. And that's based on option trades. Based on exchange walls we have seen, we have between 23.5 and 23. Some exchanges have placed new walls and some even at 24. That's why I have actually these lines, not since today. So it wouldn't surprise me to react as much as they can, and even the high leverage ones really to go down and then up sharply, down and sharply, and then maintain and then go down. I don't think we will see until, I mean, it's until end of August. We have seen the bull diagonal spread that's indicating we will see end of August a price above of 25, 26K, almost, indicating the bottom is in, everything is fine, bear market is over, we will go up from now on, and everything. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. Just because of some metrics. We have still the waste ratio 30 days moving average. And to be honest, if weights are so bullish, stop to distribute. It doesn't make sense to distribute at 22K. Accumulate instead. They are not doing that. Not that big. So where's the deal? I have mentioned once, if they start to create a rally without accumulation, it's even worst case. Because then they are not interesting to buy any Bitcoin anymore. They just want to exit. They just want to sell the bags, the remaining bags. That's really worst case scenario. That's what I said many times. In my opinion, we will go down again. They will start to accumulate at certain point, and then we will lift up. And that's maybe the end of the bear market. In my opinion, that's not the end of the bear market. That's not even a bear rally, in my opinion. That's absolutely nothing. They are just distributing. That's what I see at the moment. So, as mentioned, it's at the moment the game is how to react as much futures as you can, and that's why we have seen such kind of moves all the time. Sharp up because of the shorts, then go down. Sharp, well, it wasn't sharp here, but then lift up, go down. Sharp up, wrecked shorts, and they wrecked a lot. They liquidated a lot of shorts. So that's, it's not just down only and up only. But what they are doing when I'm seeing, for example, these sharp moves like we had in the past, it was exactly the same, is they want to liquidate as much as they can. They just want to liquidate them. And that's what they are doing. We have the same in the past with the longs, for example. If we check here, if we check here, if we check here, it was exactly the same. Go up, accumulate longs, sharp down. Go up to let the people think, okay, it's over. I'm going to long. Sharp down to liquidate them afterwards. And we are doing that all the time, all the time. So in my opinion, if that's the one of the keys of this game, it makes sense to go even more up to let the people start. First of all, just to liquidate a lot of them, then to let them flip to longs, and then to liquidate them again, just with a sharp price move to the downside. That's it. Hopefully, you enjoyed, and big love from Germany, from Inspo, and we will see us tomorrow. Bye bye.